Whether you're a brand new startup or an existing company and you're looking to launch a new product, one of the best things you can do in order to collect real data is to have a website. Now, we're not talking about building something that's perfect. It's just about being good enough. What do we mean by that? Well, there's some key elements that are required in order to rank well with Google and to make sure that you have something that is compelling to your end user. But it's not about going into a lot of detail. It's not about ensuring that you have all the technical specs up there. And we're definitely not talking about giving away any of your existing IP. What we're trying to do is talk about the pains, the aspirations, and ensuring that all of this is going to resonate with your end user. So today, I'm just going to talk a little bit about how to set up a website that is sufficient for testing purposes. And through the course of this process, we'll talk about the evolution of it. We'll talk about how to expand upon it. And we'll also talk about the importance and differentiation between a homepage and a landing page, which again, we'll get into the specifics of those later through this entire process. So let's just start off with the basics. The first thing is obviously you need a header. Now, the header is just going to have some contextual information, but it's actually really important to have things like a contact us page or about us page, because we can actually look at whether or not people are engaging in more detail with that page. I usually recommend also adding something that is more of like a product link or something that seems like it's going to describe the solution in more detail, or sometimes even a pricing page. The reality is I don't actually care if those go anywhere at this point, but I care that they're there and that they are trackable elements so that we can see how people engage with the content. The next thing is the hero. Now, that's a part of the page that is really important. And there's some research around sometimes having a really compelling story at that top is the thing that's going to get you a higher conversion rate. Like, let's be honest, people make decisions on an emotional basis because they see a product that they like, they immediately recognize it. And part of this is about how we're going to tell them that story, how we're going to walk them through and make sure that promise is clear to them. So that hero section is really about, this is the problem I'm going to solve for you. It helps to engage the audience. It gives them reassurance that the thing that they clicked on to get there or the reason why they found you is true. It's what they're looking for. It's a first indicator of whether or not when people came from an ad or anything else and they landed on your page, is it what they expected? Do you have to teach them of something else? Or did the promise that you gave them resonate so much that they're now going to scroll through the rest of that page? One thing that I see all the time with heroes is that people tend to use a lot of buzzwords or big descriptions to say, we have a B2B SaaS platform that's revolutionizing whatever industry. Try and avoid that if you can. If you could talk about the problem that you're solving for me, your customer, as an individual, it's going to work better. The next part is how. So first, you've told me, I'm going to solve this amazing problem for you. And I'm impressed, but I don't believe you. So tell me how. Now, this section often talks about things like, this is how I'm going to deliver on this promise through these 3 steps or through the integrations we have or whatever. But the idea is about explaining a little bit more, backing up your initial statement so that it feels like it's something real and tangible. The next piece is validation. What we're trying to do here is talk a little bit more about either social proof. Who else is doing it? Nobody wants to be the first. Everybody likes to see that somebody else is doing it and use that as a guidepost for what they should do. Or it could be the research that's showing the value of the product that you're building. Or it could just be any other supporting material. It could be more detail on how you deliver it or the technology behind it or whatever. The goal with the validation piece is to talk specifically about not just how you're going to solve the problem, but why they should trust you. Give them that reason to engage in a more meaningful way. And the last piece is a summary. You want to make sure that you have something there that reiterates the story. If you think about the structure, it's kind of going, hey, this is the problem I solved for you. This is how I'm going to solve this problem. Here's the proof that I can do it. And now you really don't want to miss out. So reiterate the story, summarize it in some kind of compelling way. If there's a deal or offer, this is where you really want to try and bring that home. What we're also going to do is add different calls to action through this. So things like learn more buttons or pricing or contact us or buy now or sign up. Any of those things are great. What we really care about is making sure that we can track the specifics of how people engage, how long they spend on the page, and what they do while they're there. There's all kinds of valuable information. We don't need to give away anything that's proprietary. We don't need to talk about the specifics of how you want to do it. It's just important to talk about the value proposition and ensuring that that resonates with your audience. And really, it's about showing continuity from your ads that you're going to be building through to this page and ensuring that that solution is what your audience is actively looking for. Of course, we need a footer. There's not much I really care about in the footer at this point, other than a couple specifics. You do need a privacy policy and a contact us page, and ideally a terms of use. Those are things that are critical for making sure that Meta and Google and all the other search engines are happy and willing to serve your page up. Outside of that, we're going to modify this page as we go. One of the best things about doing this is that if you build a page, now we can start looking at how people interact with it, and we can start making all kinds of really great data-driven decisions to improve upon the page and ensure you're getting the conversion that you're looking for.